Hello, community members. We have been very busy over the last couple months since the AGA putting together the information that you have provided to us from the 7 questions asked. We have received over 35 pages of responses. It is very overwhelming, and I'm pleased to introduce Lisa again, that she was with us that day. She has had the task of breaking down those answers or comments that were made by yourselves. At the short results of the questionnaire, there are some important things that have come out of it. We have broken it down, and there are common themes. A common theme is we all care deeply about our nation's future. We have momentum and a strong foundation to build upon. Clayton Tenay has a positive reputation to leverage. Doing a few things well gives us capacity to do more. Success creates success. It will be a process to create the right conditions for our success. Over the last 2 days, we have had staff get involved in making responses to the process. The reason we have had staff get involved is because the 35 pages of comments from you were very overwhelming, and it deals with other things such as on reserve and off reserve. And unfortunately, the way the current system has been set up is that our program funds are for on reserve. We are here discussing our programs, our organizational structure, and what we need to do to move towards providing services for off reserve. Behind me is a breakdown of the results of the AGA, and Lisa will provide an overview of that.
As Barry mentioned, when the community was asked what they see for the long-term future, there was a tremendous amount of input, and we took those 35 pages of input and synthesized that into a visual. And there were some very clear themes that came out of your responses around continuing towards self-governance, cultivating self-sufficiency, pursuing food sovereignty, providing a greater array of programs and services, and enhancing identity and restoring unity in the community. So there's some really solid themes, and as Barry mentioned, the staff have been doing some of the thinking around where do we sit today, what's already underway that we can build upon, and if we're pursuing this prosperous picture in the long term, what are some of the things in our way that we need to start addressing in order to start moving in that direction? And as Barry mentioned, this community has a lot to build upon, already has momentum. Everybody cares about the future. And while you might not be able to achieve that vision overnight, the comprehensive community plan will start to break down what are the key few things that the administration needs to focus on in order to make sure we are on the path towards that vision.
So what will occur from this point forward is we will be developing the questionnaire as promised in regards to gathering more input, and that will be going out probably in a couple weeks, and we will have the results ready for more input from the community members at our AGM that will be in the very near future.
So some of the next steps is community members will receive back the visuals that summarize the input you've already given. There'll also be some visuals that summarize what's underway now and where the platform we're beginning from or continuing from. And the survey questions that Barry mentioned really are intended to drill deeper into some of these themes and ask you to start prioritizing what matters most to you. And that input will then inform the operational planning that will follow further down the line. So your input is absolutely valued, necessary, and will inform the planning steps that happen a little bit further down.
I would like to thank everybody for their responses and their comments. The 35 pages of comments is huge, and I thank you all for your participation. I look forward to your ongoing contributions to the CCP.
Because it's a member-driven plan, your input matters, and we look forward to more of it.